Evening, good evening, all. Welcome to Rox Box on this lovely Tuesday evening. Are we all well? Hey Leslie, hey Belle, hey Lucy. And I expect there will be others in the video as well, but no doubt they'll be all, hi Anne, you'll be all busy typing up your connections to your sacral crystal. Again, I have no qualms of what crystal you are using that is speaking to you for the sacral chakra. The main thing is that you have a good connection and understand what that crystal is, which is the most important one. Hey Ems, hope you're well. Hey Sarah. So Sarah, you've been connecting to sunstone. It is one of my favorite crystals. Both days I have been transported to a white sandy beach with clear crystal waters. The sun is blazing above me and heating my whole body. There is a wooden walkway out into the sea, and I somehow move from the beach to the next moment. I am floating on a lilo, draping my arms and legs in the cool, fresh water. I realised in today's connection that it's not just the sun above me. There's a large ball of golden orange. That is beautiful. Hey Carolyn, hey Danielle, welcome. That's nice, and that is it. That's the energy of sunstone, and the fact that you were there on the beach, but then you're in the sea on the lino. That is just like how sunstone is. It just makes us feel like we're in that energy of the sun, basking out in that sun, and then you're just letting go. It just brings in that relaxing of just letting go and just drift with it. Be in that energy. Don't hold no intentions, don't hold no aspects, don't hold no explorations. Just fizzle out and just relax and be with that, and don't feel guilty of having that time. Sometimes, you know, why this weather's so nice and we've got this time. Spend that time out in that weather. Spend that time for yourself connecting with those crystals. Don't feel as though, you know, oh gosh, have I just wasted 15 minutes by being outside in this lovely weather or spending some time in the crystals? Absolutely not. It's your time. You deserve that time, and that's what sunstone is there to inject in you, is just out of this time to let go and just be you. So beautiful. Nice one, Sarah. Lucy, I connected with my beautiful piece of carnelian again this morning. I had a surge of energy which raced up my body and then settled. I saw a golden orange river flowing through an otherwise arid desert. It looked like lava, but it was not hot and didn't feel that it would be dangerous. It was beautiful colors which sparkled. That's interesting, because another person who messaged me last night, their connections, they got that flow of lava. And it's quite funny that we get in that river, orange river, with carnelian, because majority of carnelian is from a river. It can be a river stone. Quite a lot of it is sourced from the river beds. So it's nice that you're perhaps connecting to that flow of carnelian with that. But again, it is connected to the sun. It's more, whereas sunstone's got more of the energy, the carnelian's got more of the power. That's where the strength, the courage, the confidence comes from, is from carnelian, and the property of the sun that gives us, when we've been out in the sun, we have that strength. So we have the power of the sun with carnelian, whereas we have the energy of sunstone. So, but that is lovely, a nice connection there with that lava. And yeah, we always think of it as being hot, but if you were thinking that it wasn't that, then I think you were just picking up on that flow that movement of carnelian from it being in the water. Maybe the piece you're connecting with was sourced from a river. So hi, Ange. Leslie, I tried twice today to connect to carnelian, but have not made any connection. Maybe because I am tired. I think that's the answer there, Leslie. Are you still struggling with your sleep, sweetheart? I might have a little chat with you later on tonight, okay? So, I haven't had a chance to connect yet today, but will after my first walk this evening. Absolutely, Andrea. Like I said, we've got a whole day today just to spend that up to 5 minutes, couple of minutes of connection. So don't fret if you've not had time today. We've got plenty of time this evening to do that. And same with you, Leslie. Don't fret. Maybe if you are tired, maybe just hold it before you go to bed, or have it next to you on the bedside table or something. So when you wake up in the morning, have a little connection to it. Okay, Anne, I lost my tumble of sunstone, so now using another piece. Lots of warmth and riding on the back of a Lana Falcon, enjoying the ride and sun and warmth of the countryside. I asked what bird of prey and given Lana Falcon. That's really interesting, because a year ago today, we did the second day of our Birds of Prey workshop, and I'd used Team B, and the Lana Falcon was in that Team B. Sadly, Chakra who was the name of the Lana Falcon. She's no longer with us. And I'm sure I had carnelian with Lana Falcon. So that is really quite spooky there, Anne. Your connections last week were very, very good. And this week, to have that, I'm sure it was carnelian, the strength of the Lana Falcon. I drew on that when I connected with it. So, yeah, that's amazing. So go with that. Look up Lana Falcon and see what the Falcon stores with you. They're very quite fast birds, not as fast as the peregrine, but Lana's are quite zippy, quite bright, darting, fast-paced. So, oh God, yes, Sarah. Let's listen to your daughters. So this is Lily, who is Sarah's daughter, and she has been connecting with the crystals as well. So this is really heartwarming for me that children are connecting and are sharing their experiences. So Lily has been connecting to carnelian and had her first experience of a crystal showing her something. Both days she has been transported to a volcano and there was a snake in the lava. She feels that all the bad energy is trapped in the volcano and it erupted and released all the bad energy. Lovely. Just keeping the good energy. She felt very calm and thinks the snake is her spirit animal. She's done some lovely images and writing about it too. Beautiful. Then absolutely. And I do think with Lily, I wouldn't be surprised if Snake is with her at the moment, because I think she is going through an incredible healing journey here. And sometimes we don't have to physically heal something or emotionally release something to heal. I think what she's connecting to is her first steps into the healing community, into the healing spirit. So I wouldn't be at all surprised if Snake is with her. Again, Snake is symbolic to the alchemist Hermes, who had the staff with the two entwined snakes on it, which we use in the medical profession as a symbol of healing. So I wouldn't be at all surprised if that is there with her, and it might be her main one. It might be the one that's taken her down this path. So beautiful. Fantastic, Lily. Keep up that good work. And I connected with my orange selenite and orange calcite. I was drawn to it. Good. I did a pendle of a chakra earlier and my sacral chakra is blocked. So this makes sense, me being drawn to these stones. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because orange selenite, even though selenite is a very high high crystal, with the orange, we can most certainly dip that into the sacral to bring in that lightness. So if your chakra is blocked, bringing in that orange selenite is going to allow that to vibrate at a higher frequency, which is going to crumble that blockage. But also we've got the orange calcite there that's going to bring in the joy, that childlike, that smile, that upliftment. So with them two together, whatever the selenite is getting rid of, you are getting that joy, replenishment energy there. So you're keeping your spirits high, even if it's working on an emotional level. So brilliant, Ange. I like that. So Danielle, I'm not too experienced at this. Neither am I, Danielle. Neither am I. We are all learning. But I did connect with the tiger's eye. Each time it was a male lion sitting beside me on the right, a black snake on the left. The first time the lion nudged against me and licked my arm, I felt the heaviness of the body and warmth and something keep touching my head. After, in the day today, while I was holding the crystal, my very shy rescue cat began rubbing against my right side, and she has never done that before. Isn't that beautiful? Amazing. And I do like it when people say, oh, I've not had too much experience, or I don't know what I'm doing, and then go into such an amazing connection. Danielle, please. None of us have the experience. We're all learning day by day. But do take on board that you are on the right path there. Again, you've got the snake there. You've got the male lion. You've got the pride, which you get with tiger's eye. You get that proudness. You get that standing in your own energy. You are powerful. You're a protector. The male lion protects his pride, while the lionesses provide the food for the pride. So you've got that going on, but you have got the snake energy in there again, which would indicate the healing there. We can really wash away and cleanse with tiger's eye. For me, it's clearing out the mud. It's allowing us to see clearly, to be clear. And especially if people are trying to cover up something, it allows it to come out, no matter how much they're trying to hide. So fantastic. Thank you very much. Ange, can I make a water with this? No, sweetheart. Ouch. Orange selenite is part of the gypsum family, and it is a very, very soft, fragile mineral. It's only a number 2. It's only number 2 on the Mohs scale, so it's water soluble. If you put orange selenite in the water, it will dissolve. It will disappear. It doesn't like water. So please don't. And also with calcite, even calcite is just a one step higher than selenite. Calcite is a 3 on the Mohs scale. It's a calcium carbonate mineral, which it can affect being in water. It can discolor. The color can fade from it by being in water, but also depending on the piece and how fragile, there might be a little bit of dissolving there. Not as much as selenite, but it will discolor all the same. So yeah, don't put in the water. Neither of them are good in water. And I don't really, by rule, I don't put crystals in water, and especially if we're going to drink. For me, it's just a big no. There's so many out there that contain aluminium, zinc, arsenic, copper, aluminium, chromium. So many that are, in little bits it's fine, but in masses it will be so bad for us. So I will avoid. I never recommend anyone putting anything in water. If you feel like you want a water elixir from these, fill up a vessel with water and then put the crystal next to it, and the crystal energy will emit through the container and will impact the water. Okay, that's my best bet, and that's called the indirect method. So that's where we're using crystal and water, but they don't touch, they don't meet. So keep the crystal outside of the container, next to the container, and have it next to the water so it infuses. So that's the best healthy way to go about anything with crystals and water. All right, Ange? So Sarah, in a funny coincidence universe at work, I started a 30-day sun salutation challenge last week. Then on Friday, my crystal box came from Molly, and it's a yoga theme. I have been doing my challenge with my mat gridded in sunstone and orchid calcite. So lots of sunstone in my life right now, and really feel it was needed. There we go. There we go. And you had your coincidences last week, being with Snowflake Obsidian whilst in a Scorpio moon. So yeah, you are very in tune. You are very in touch and connected. So that is brilliant. So fantastic, guys. Absolute brilliant. I'm loving these connections. It's our 3rd week of doing this. So now tomorrow, we can connect again, as we've all been doing amazingly. And yes, Leslie, you will be getting something, even if it's nothing. Even if you feel it's nothing, there is something coming with Carnelian. There's going to be time. There's going to be a breakthrough. Okay. So connect, and now we'll carry it around with us. If you haven't done so already, we'll start to carry it around and see how we feel with that. And so tomorrow at 5, we'll see how we feel on both of those connections by connecting and carrying. Okay, but keep up the good work. Absolutely brilliant. So yesterday we spoke a bit about the crystals that we can help connect to spirit, to connect to a realm, to take us to where we desire to go to, or to take us away from somewhere if we're getting too comfortable and relaxed in a realm or an area. So today we're going to look at 6 crystals that I've brought here, just to help us to protect ourselves while we're doing that. And it's really, really important. Alongside grounding, we need to make sure we're protecting our energy. And especially if we're working with somebody else, if we're working with a client, it's really important, because we need to protect ourselves from their energies, and we need to protect them from ours, and also as well as protecting our energies from the outside world. We don't want to have any bump landings or any bumps in the takeoffs in connecting and traveling, working with spirit. We need commitment. We need it to be pure. We need to trust, and we need to set a strong intention. And then with the protection, we can work safely. We can work in a proper, practical, responsible manner. So yeah. Sorry, I'm just going to get back with Ange. So as a rule, okay, amethyst and clear quartz are relatively safe to have in water. Just need to bear in mind where the crystals come from in the mine and what other minerals are in that mine, because some of that could bleed into the clear quartz or amethyst. Clear quartz we normally have a safe bet on because any inclusions that go into that we can sometimes see through the physical eye, and there might just be some gases and stuff which we won't be able to judge. And rose quartz can, but it's iron oxide that's in there. So again, you might not see it after one use. You might not see it after a few uses. It might be, after using it for a few years, you might find that the iron oxide is being bled out into the water. So your rose quartz might not be, say, pink. It might start to fade and lose that pinkness and start going a little bit paler and a little bit more whiter. But it's all experiments. It's all a learning curve, but just really, really be cautious of it. Okay. But amethyst, rose quartz, clear quartz, when we've done crystal waters, they're the three we've used. And touch wood, we've had nothing. But that's not to say that if you're using one of these from a different mine, there might be some adverse effects from that, because there might be different growths in that mine that there is from the mine that you're used to getting your stones from. So always be cautious with that. So there are, with the crystal protections, there are vast amounts. There are huge amounts of crystals out there to protect us. But I've just brought some today, 6, just to keep this feed short. We could spend all week 24/7 talking about crystals and their protections. So it is vital that when we're doing this, we are protected. We are serious. We're not kids around a table with the Ouija board out and having a little mess about. We're now adults. We're responsible, and we need to do this in a safe, practical way. And like I said, especially if we've got other people involved, we really need a strong code of conduct to make sure we do things to the best of our abilities. So the first one we're going to look at, okay, is a black stone. And normally when we get black stones that are tumbled, we hit a bit of a problem, because tumbled black stones can look so much alike and really hard to tell apart. But this, as soon as you pick it up, it's as light as a feather and as stiff as a board. And this is jet. Okay, not technically a crystal, because it's a carbon of petrified wood. So it's more of an organic mineral than an actual crystal. But yeah, if you're picking up a black stone and it's just so light, literally you feel like you've got nothing in your hand, then you're perhaps holding jet. And this is a really strong spiritual. Yes, Ange. Yeah, it's found in Denmark. And then over this side, Whitby. We can get Whitby jet. So the Baltic Sea, the North Sea, we can get a lot of jet, as well as amber. We can get a lot of amber around the Scandinavian countries, as well as the north of this coastline. So yeah, we can certainly find jet around there from the North Sea, and that's because of the Ice Age. That's because of underneath the North Sea, there is quite a lot of forest there. So this is a very strong protection stone for spiritual workers, especially for the empaths, for any empaths out there who are quite easily affected by negative energies. Bless for those who are empaths, it's so difficult because you're constantly on threads, and literally any imbalance, you feel it. It pulls on that thread, and you just can't help but it's affected you. It's there. So if you are an empath, if you're really sensitive to the energies around the world or in your family space, at work, Jet is a really nice one to come in, and it has got the grounding energy there, but it's really good at just bringing in the aura and just cleansing the aura and making it a barrier. When we're doing spiritual protection, it's one of those things where we need those barriers. For so long we've been told, you know, oh, loosen your barriers, loosen up a few layers. Why are you all covered in barbed wire? When we're working with spirit, we sometimes need that. We need to protect. We need to feel safe. So there's nothing wrong with having that shield up there. So it's good for clearing the aura. Yeah. So Whitby Jet. Have a bit of, always look on the beaches of Whitby. It's notorious. Like down the south, we've got Charmouth and Lyme Regis, which is for your fossils, your ammonites and pyrite. We found quite a bit of pyrite and quite a bit of quartz when we went Charmouth fossil hunting. And up in Whitby, you could find some amber and jet came in from the North Sea. So again, for you guys who are using jet, that's absolutely great. Whatever you people are using for spiritual protection, you know, don't feel because I've not discussed it in these 6 that you're doing anything wrong. Stick to what you're used to. Stick to what works for you. There are so many options out there, and we're all on different vibrations. We're all on different levels. But I love working with jet. Really, that black cloak that you can start working on, and you're just protected. You could do whatever you want, work however you want to. You've just got this black bubble around you that nobody can see in, nobody can affect, no one can penetrate. It's just you working solely, or who you choose into that circle, into that energy. Okay. And so then the next one is a favorite of everybody's. And when we think of spiritual connection, spiritual protection, we often do think of, and I've used it so many times, and it is labradorite or labradorite. I always say the wrong pronunciation. I always say labradorite, but it's Labrador, as in the country, the breed of dog. I always try and get this side to show, because this is the raw side of it. And earlier on, it was on the sideboard, and there were some amazing blue flashes. But I don't think at this angle I think it is over that side. So yeah, so labradorite, very highly spiritual protecting stone, especially for journeying. If we're one for astral traveling, if we're one of those who goes out of the body, always carry labradorite. Allows you to come back into that space, allowing you to always journey back to your body. Okay. And should we meet anything out there that we don't want in that energy, it will shield it. What I like about labradorite is, you know, in a certain light, it just looks dull, and just looks like a stone. So it's just a bit like us. We can learn to harness that power and not have it out there on show for energy vampires or energy drainers to drain that energy. We could just shut it down and still do our work. But then when the time is right, we can just put on that full beam and really enhance that spiritual growth and really work. So I love labradorite. Really centers you and really brings you into balance before you go off on your little spiritual adventure. Because it's really, really important when we are working with the spirit, when we are astral traveling, we're working with the higher energies and the higher chakras. So it's really important that our 3D, our 7 main chakras, are really balanced and really working well. So we can do that. So some of these stones will come and aid any imbalances on those chakras and just hold them balanced and support them while we carry on doing the work. It's beautiful. Some nice wire wrapped. A tree of life. Okay. And then what we're going to after thank you. I lost my direction. I have it all mapped out here, but I didn't know whether I started from left and snaking it, bringing in snake again, or whether we were doing rows. I got a little bit confused then, but yes. So I know last week on our market, we had the ocean jaspers and they've gone off to their new guardians. The parcels of the market were posted yesterday. So hopefully people will be starting to receive their parcels from the market. They did leave the Rox nest yesterday. So with ocean jasper, as I was saying with before with the chakras, this is the one for our solar plexus. And sometimes with us just having a stable, balanced solar plexus, we can give out a natural protection. So this is the cleansing. This really comes in and cleanses that chakras, that power center. Because sometimes if we've got anything niggling, any imbalance in our power center, that's going to affect our confidence. That's going to affect our posture, our self-esteem. So if we've got that little bit of doubt, that little bit of lack, negativity could just come in and just interfere and run away with us. So sometimes just by cleansing us, like our solar plexus, our power center, by washing that out, getting rid of any negative programming, we're able to put up a bit of a natural barrier. I love this. This reminds me of like Jupiter or a planet, and just on the bottom there we have a nice quartz bottom. But I love it. So ocean jasper, sometimes it just doesn't mean why we're spiritually working. It might just be setting those boundaries, setting up ready to connect, to meditate, to go to source, to connect with your angels or whatever. It's all about your surroundings while you're doing that, and making sure that beforehand you're given a good practice of it. So this is still ocean jasper. Good strength. Good for those if we're just feeling lethargic, if we're just not, tired, drained. Bring in the ocean jasper. Allow it to wash over us, cleanse us, vitalize us, and right, okay, let's go. So it's another way that we need to look at, is bringing in crystals to give us a bit of a natural protection, allow us to put up a bit, because us on our own, we can protect, we can cleanse our aura, protect our aura, visualize a bubble, and have that without the aid of the crystals. But sometimes we need to bring those crystals in to help us balance our centers out, so then we can stand on our own, if that makes sense. I really hope it does. And the next one, I just wish I could work with it. I absolutely love green fluorite. I'm just using green fluorite just because I love the color of the green fluorite. But most of the fluorite family do protect us. They do come in, they work on the mental wavelengths, work on a mental capacity. And this is bringing in the responsibility and really taking responsible for your own actions and making sure that we are practicing in a safe way. Again, it's another stone to have in your meditation room or in the place where you like to go off to connect with spirit. So if you are a reader or a medium, having it on your table, having it in your room, just so it creates that energy and really brings in a safe environment to do that and puts you in that mindset, really brings in that, get rid of any of those giggles, get rid of any of those, oh God, I feel like a right idiot connecting to me guides or something like that. It puts all that away, get rid of your human mind, bring in your spiritual mind, and allows us then to get a clearer connection. We're not feeling silly, we're not feeling stupid, sitting there and thinking, God, if my friends can see me doing this, they'll think I've gone mad. We don't need that sort of thought while we're connecting with spirit, you know, because it's like we're mocking the higher realms, we're mocking their energy. And if they feel that, and they will feel it, they'll clam up. It's same as with the crystals. We need to approach the crystals with a pure intent, with integrity and with respect. If we hold them and going, yeah, okay, then what are you going to show me? Oh, I'm feeling a bit Scooby-Doo. The crystals are going to be like, well, if you're making a joke out of this, if you're not taking it seriously, I ain't going to do nothing for you. I'm going to clam up. So we do need that responsible. And fluorite, I love, but I just can't have that box in my head. I can't do it. It's too boxy with fluorite. But I still appreciate it. I still feel the energies. I still get it. But for me, we just don't work, do we? We just don't get it. So yeah, so even, you know, so even as a pendant, you know, you're always focused, you're always there, ready to go. Absolutely. You do need to respect. You absolutely need that respect. You know, when I always think of spiritual protection, I'm always taken to my childhood where we did a Ouija board, and we did it around my mate's house, and we were absolute loons, and we did the old faithful of, is there anybody there? You know, give us a sign if you're there. And you know, we were all young once, and naive, and I would say immature, but I'm still immature. I've just got a bit more responsible. I'm a responsible, immature person, if there ever is one. But yeah, you know, if you want the most out of your spiritual gifts, if you want to enhance that and really find out what that's all about, you need to start taking it to the next level and take that responsible of it, because you never know when spirit is going to come in. You can close and open, like the mediums, like Karen, for instance, but also there might be times where it's there, it's coming in, and there's a sign. So you just need to be careful of what is around you and what you can say to certain groups and what you can't say with certain groups. With my work friends, there's no way I could do and delve into all of this, because it's a whole new energy to what the hospitality brings. It's a bit like, that's a bit, you know, they'll have a few raised eyebrows, whereas there are people I can share that to. So I think I've got this right now, haven't I? We're now on to amethyst. Yes. Thank you, Bear. So amethyst. Well, this is a combination of amethyst and quartz. So this is we call chevron amethyst. So amethyst, perfect for dream work. And again, that's sober, helping us to lose those addictions. So again, it's all about bringing us in our proper selves, lose those addictions, lose those falseness, what's not us, come into this with a sober mind, because there are a lot of people who's out there who still believe that you need drink or drugs to get the benefit of spiritual practicing, spiritual work, which you don't at all. You do not. You know, I have never been under influences when I've been working in a spiritual way, especially with crystals. So with amethyst, you get that sobering thought, you get that pure energy of, okay, I just need to do this, just me, who I am, link in trust with amethyst, and we'll go on. So it is a very, very beautiful protecting stone through dream work, through sleeping. If we're having nightmares, if we're having bad energies coming in, amethyst is so nice just to banish them, get rid of them, and protect us while we work, which is perhaps why I think it's one of our first crystals we work with. Not just because it's purely out there available, but I think we learn onto that protectiveness. We're like, okay, I can feel that you have got a high vibe, but there's that soothing, there's that protection from amethyst. So again, this is chevron. We've got the quartz and we've got the purple of the amethyst. Oh, Leslie, I thought you were referring to loving this mug. I thought that's what you're meaning, but you're not. You're referring to this, aren't you? We got these at the Disney store when we went up home. I got a Tigger one because Bear calls me Tigger because of my personality. And while we were talking about personalities, this is actually his mug because that's his personality. And that will be his face right now. Now I've said that. No, it isn't. It is. So yeah, so he's grumpy. So yeah, so there's so many different layers we can work on to spiritually protect ourselves, to really help us to achieve what we need. Whatever. So yeah, dream recall, meditation. If we're struggling with to actually meditate, to bring in amethyst, allow it to alter your energy of that space, that room, because it is all about setting that intention and bringing in that energy. So bringing in amethyst into your room where you're going to meditate, it's going to have that calming, soothing effect. So already when you go in there, you're connecting and you're feeling, okay, I've just left the outside world out the door. I'm now walking into this space. This space feels safe. It feels settled. And it feels like I can close my eyes and switch off. And that's what you need. You don't need things coming in here, nagging at you. You need to be zen. You need to feel that peacefulness, that quiet. Amethyst is brilliant for that. My first stone was amethyst. And I don't feel like I've shown amethyst enough through these live feeds, which is why I've brought it today. I just thought, when was the last time I had amethyst? I might have had it quite a few times, and I'm not been conscious that I have used it, because obviously blue kyanite is another great protecting stone, which I've not brought, because I think every time I've brought blue kyanite to the table, I have spoken about that protection. So I think it's quite out there. Black kyanite is a protection. So there are things out there. So I just thought, I'm going to bring amethyst. Let's see what amethyst has to offer us with the protection mode. So setting those energies, bringing us down. And then that brings us to, now we had Big Mama the last week, I think it was, and she's still there, but I'm not going to tempt you with her. I'll bring in the smaller pieces. So this is Angel Phantom Quartz. And again, these are the energies of those times where you might not realize it, but they're coming in, because these connect us to our angels. So we get that protection. If we need, if we need a sign to steer us from doing something, or to protect us from a danger lurking or an accident that's about to happen, Angel Phantom Quartz, we will find that our angels will just come in, acting, shield us, put us on a different track, whatever. Those near misses that we have, those, oh my gosh, how did I survive that? We had an angel came with us. So I love this energy. Okay. And this is a dual purpose. So this really strengthens our cord to connect with spirit and to connect to the angelic realm. But we've certainly got the protection there. There is quite a lot of protection with Angel Phantom, allowing us to really put that on. And with the Phantom side of things, it's about realizing our possibilities and what we can achieve and the barriers that we're putting up. So if we think of that Phantom as us, but then the outer quartz that's growing over it, if we think that Phantom represents us, but our energy, it can go as far as what the outer quartz can be. So when we realize how large an area our auras can cover, then you need to start thinking, okay, no wonder I'm feeling drained. If I'm here, but really my energy is, double my arm length, what has that been picking up? What's that been meddling with? So again, it's just spread out those barriers. Yeah, there's a lot of energy vampires out there. I mean, this just looks like fossilized wood coated in quartz. But I love this. It's one of my absolute faves. It doesn't matter who's coming in, because obviously Archangel Michael is a very strong one for protection, who Karen spoke about on Saturday night. But any of them that we are linking in, working with, even our personal ones, our guides are there to help us. And they too can come in for protection. They can help us out with that. So, and these are only sourced in a certain place in Brazil. The Minas Gerais. And that's south, but just at the top of the state of Rio de Janeiro. So the state of Minas Gerais, where these are only found, is near Rio de Janeiro. The Angel Phantoms. So just before I put these down, what I know, there's a lot of people out there working with crystals, working with spirit, working in Reiki, what have you. What crystals do we use at the moment for spiritual protection, out of curiosity? And for those of you who didn't see the Big Mama, which is a dowel. So you can really see the layers in this. You can see the layers of the lithium, the limonite, hematite. And you can just see it gets called angel for the wisps, which are like the angel wings. So tourmaline, absolutely, Leslie. But again, I didn't want to bring that to the table because we've spoken so much about tourmaline. We've spoke about the grounding, the amazement of absorbing negativity. Very similar to jet, actually, because it's so quick at neutralizing the negativity in that. If you're working with jet, I would cleanse that as often as I would do black tourmaline, because it really does hold that negative energy and it's very strong on that. Shungite, yes, you can't go wrong. So also black tourmaline. But yeah, shungite, one for all shungite. Usually jet, but also hematite and black tourmaline. Okay, that's good. Jet or black tourmaline. Hematite too. Yeah. I like hematite, and yeah, it really centers us, really gently grounds us. Yeah, it's a good one. So that is good. So already work with those, and I'm quite glad that I brought in some different ones then, because obviously jet has been mentioned, but also you can't not have a black crystal when you're talking about spiritual protection, because majority we go for those black bubbles, we go for the black stones to give us that protection. It's what we go for, even though they're grounding, we still need that. Okay, so any questions at all while people are writing any questions, if there is any? Yes, perfect, Carlin, perfect. Yeah, very similar. When we did a live feed about crystals for around the home, and putting them into rooms and what we can put in there and how we can set them up. I loved that. It was a real nice video. And so yeah, we were touching on the gridding, selenite, tourmaline, rose quartz, amethyst. There's a lot of stuff to do. So yeah, absolutely. Amber, perfect. Kyanite, and yeah, labradorite, perfect. Kyanites are great. I love working with kyanite, blue kyanite, black kyanite, carnelian as well. I mean, when we look at the chakras, with the base, we've got quite a good list there. You've listed jet, black tourmaline, hematite, that we could put there. For the sacral, for some protection there, I would say carnelian. That's my strength. That's my right. I'm here. Bring it on. If black tourmaline is with another crystal, does it offer just as much protection as if it was separate, or is it a softer protection? No, the protection is still there, regardless of what you put it there. If it's quartz, it will amplify the energy of black tourmaline. But also, what we looked at when we did the grids around the house is if you had a piece of black tourmaline. So I'm going to give you all an illusion here. This is black tourmaline, okay? So if you have your piece of black tourmaline in the corner, if you have a quartz point, so this is clear quartz, it's not amethyst, it's clear quartz. If you have it pointing to the black tourmaline, it's drawing out negativity. The quartz will transmit any negativity from the room into the black tourmaline. And so then we can get the black tourmaline and cleanse that, because that's holding and taking away any negativity from the room, which it can do on its own. But with a clear quartz point, it's more enhanced and it's more direct. The quartz will direct any negativity, suck it up, and send it into the black tourmaline. If we have the point pointed out, we are sending out that protection. We're sending out that energy. So again, with the end of the point being like a suction, sucking out the energy of black tourmaline and then filtering that into the room. So bringing in that protection. So a super 7. Oh, hold on. Yes. So super 7, absolutely. Bear with me 1 second. So Ange, this is super 7. Okay, it's when we find 7 different minerals in one stone. Okay, sometimes be called melody stone, because that lovely, delightful lady brought the mine and then trademarked super 7 into melody stone. So with this, you can see that it looks quite amethyst. So we do have amethyst in this. We also have cocaxonite, lepidocrosite, goethite, clear quartz, smoky quartz, and we have rutile. So we have those 7 crystals in one stone. They've been formed in the mine. And so then we can draw off all 7 of those minerals from this one stone. So this is a super 7 slice. Where all the minerals have conformed. So it's a very high, powerful stone. So you can use it on your 7 chakras. You can certainly use them to align to cleanse those chakras. I like the hearts. So yeah, and then there's another one that's found in Canada, which is Auralite 23. And please do not ask me to name the 23 minerals. Not a chance. Not a chance. But then we do have to be very careful. And you know, by holding that energy, if you can feel the components. I mean, cocaxonite is a very, for me, a very tingling stone. So when I hold anything that says Super 7, I'm looking and I want to connect to cocaxonite, which is a sort of a blend of a high vibrational amethyst and smoky quartz. But it pops. I feel ooh with it. So that's what I look for when I'm there, because a lot of people will pass off smoky amethyst as Super 7. And same as Auralite 23. It's very, very similar to chevron amethyst. So some people would get some chevron amethyst and be like, yeah, this is Auralite 23. Ask them if they know the 23 minerals in Auralite 23. And there is a lot of speculation on whether there is an Auralite 23 or whether it is just chevron amethyst. There's a lot of question marks over that. But with Super 7, I mean, it's a shame the window's there, because if you held it up, you'd be able to see and make out the different compartments of the minerals. You should be able to pick up on those. So that's Super 7, Ange. I'm going to hold one of these hearts. No, I'm going to hold both because I like them. So what was I saying before that? Just I'm going to mention tomorrow night, because I've had a little video call today with the amazing Naomi, who is joining us tomorrow from Naomi Art. And I'm hoping for you all to join us. It is going to be very interesting. And I know there's been a lot of you guys who have really enjoyed the altar making that we've been doing. She loves doing those. And we're going to go into a bit more of that, into what she does. She works in pagan energy. She works on this land energy. She is very much in tune with the native trees, wildlife, the land of it all. So very interesting. So we will look at more altar stuff with her. And then she also delves into tree spirits. So we'll be looking into that. And we'll be looking at a couple of spirit animals that she is working with at the moment. So from now until tomorrow, just think of some questions about altars, about pagans, about the Sabbats. She does rune work. The trees, again, I know that was really popular with Moon, and they work with the same calendar, so there shouldn't be any confusions there. I did check that today, and they both work with the same calendar of the trees. And spirit animals, anything like that. But do bear in mind, she does work with solely the animals are in the Europeans. So if it's buffalo or moose or elk, she might not, but she'll definitely know a bit about badger, wildcat, stoat, those sort of things. So that is all I have to do for tonight. Obviously, I've got to say my 15 minutes worth of goodbyes. It wouldn't be a damn Rox video if the goodbyes weren't as long as what the actual topic was. Hope you enjoyed that. I hope there was something new in the mix. I've really enjoyed these. And then where Naomi will leave us on tomorrow night, I'll be picking that up on Thursday to share with you bits that we've been doing behind closed doors here at the Rox Box. I'm going to share with you some of the animals and the crystals I've connected with those animals. So we're carrying the theme over. So it's a nice spirity kind of week this week, and we're leaving it on Saturday with the marvelous Jennifer Jones. I love her to bits as well. We've got some real good people coming up, giving their time to come on to Rox Box to share with us their passion, their knowledge. So we are fully booked all the way through May on the Wednesdays and Saturdays, because we've also got the lovely Anne Paulette. She will be coming along with her lovely aroma wizard partner Georgie. So be looking forward to seeing them. Yes, all get your goodbyes in before the 10-second countdown comes in from Adam, because I've been talking too long. And then obviously Friday night again, Adam's going to be taking the pictures tomorrow for the market. His light box has arrived, so check out his photography skills on that, and he will be putting that on the preview page. So this week though, because we had that issue going on the Bazaar page that I wasn't seeing people's names, and obviously getting people to write sold and their name. If you had a shorter name, obviously you were getting in there first with people with a longer name. So I didn't like not seeing people's names. I can't connect with Facebook user. I need to see you guys. So this week on Friday, we're going to be doing it on this page. We're going to be doing it on Dan Rox's business page. So then hopefully I get to see everyone's name, and then you'll only have to put sold. Okay. And then we can confirm what people have got there and then, rather than having the Facebook user issue. But thank you all so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy your sacral stones. Enjoy connecting to the orange center. Enjoy that work. You're doing brilliant. Loving these connections. And yeah, tomorrow connect and carry with it. So 5, 4, 3, right. Have fun. The countdown's begun. See you all later.